Welcome, Pisces. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your full moon in Aries reading. The full moon is on the 29th in the early morning of the west coast of the U.S. I have laid out the angles of the horoscope reading. I'll clarify with the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot and finish off with a couple of oracle cards. I will be building an extended reading from this, and if you're interested, I will be including a link in the description box below. And finally, if you enjoy this reading, if it's useful to you, please like my video. Please share this video with someone who you think may enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all of your comments, your donations, all of the ways that you support me. So let's get started, Pisces, with this full moon in Aries general. The Three of Swords is a time of deep, deep understanding of the lessons that you've learned from the failures, disappointments, and heartbreaks you've endured. There is a pattern that has emerged of the ways in which you have perhaps chosen consistently lessons about your relationships, ways that perhaps you've given away your power or love with the hope of receiving that back. Now that you've taken responsibility for your actions, for your behaviors, for your experiences, you're recognizing the gift that many of these disappointments and failures were in contributing to the position you're in now. These lessons were essential to you building towards the vision, activating what it is you want to create, the pursuit of your dreams. And you're understanding that you are in a better place as a result of the things you've learned from many difficult lessons. In the 10th house, this is the house of your social responsibility. The King of Cups is feeling very familiar to me for you because this is one of your signature court cards. The King of Cups is about your maturity in experiencing these lessons, your maturity in overcoming obstacles and recognizing that it is by learning the lessons of the disappointments you've experienced that you have gained a sense of composure, compassion, not only for others involved, but also for yourself. This is you forgiving yourself and really understanding that by sharing your experience of overcoming obstacles, you are exemplifying vulnerability as a strength, one of your premier strengths, one of the things that connects you to everyone else. And this sense of maturity is particularly relevant now as you navigate your professional experience, your career, your employment, your leadership possibilities as a result of the things you've learned along the way, not only in your business life, but in your personal life. This is all contributing to being a compassionate leader, one that leads by examples, an entrepreneur that goes her own way. In the first house, we have the 10 of Wands. Whew, I get a big sense of relief when I see this card of your ability to surrender obligations and responsibilities that do not belong to you. And something that is coming up a lot through many of the readings is the sense of relinquishing a sense of guilt for having survived something that many of your other peers or relationships have not been able to survive or navigate as successfully. The ability to let go of things that don't work for you is actually quite a victory, and I think you can testify to that. This represents a transition by surrendering all these old obligations, by letting things go that don't work for you, that don't even reciprocate the same energy or concern that you contributed to a variety of relationships or situations. You're actually clearing the decks, making way for something new to come. And as you are learning the lessons from the past, you are releasing those experiences. You are letting go and only retaining what you've learned, how you're better, your sense of compassion and connectedness to others with the same opportunities as you to feel glory in your success in overcoming these odds, these challenges, releasing these obligations. In your fourth house, the house of your family, your home, your history, the Knight of Pentacles is indicating your ground level, your root. This is your foundation, the willingness to explore new ways of building things, new ways of building your dream, creating a resource that will be of value to others, creating a stream of income, of a wealth of, or creating wealth, creating abundance that will be highly valued and accessible to others. This is you building a service or a product that others will use, that will be long lasting, that will accomplish the task that it's created for. So this is something, a process that you've had to internalize, understanding what is of value to you, what is of long lasting value to your foundation, and upon which you can build your next steps forward. In the seventh house, the house of your significant others, the King of Swords describes your ability to detach yourself from your feelings, particularly feelings of remorse, regret, or sadness about the things that you've had to leave behind, and instead taking the clarity of the lessons you've learned, negotiate a path forward. Opportunities that are coming to you, particularly opportunities for leadership, you understand that you need more information, that you need to stay in conversation with others about the possibilities that may exist. And that means not assuming that the offer is at face value. Even if it sounds good on face value, there's more that you can investigate that will fit your unique needs and situations better, but only if you ask. And in some ways, this is the ability to ask for help or to ask for more clarity and to be in conversation about that. The Ten of Wands in the first house is clarified by the Four of Swords in the second house and the Ten of Cups in the third house. You have been or are in a period of retreat, of silence, of gratitude, of deeper extending the understanding that you have gained here over the responsibility you have had in those experiences of failure or things not working out in a way that works for you or that you imagine would be. This is you understanding how in having your expectations not met, you actually gain something more valuable. And those lessons are part of creating the way that you're able to share what you've learned. You have a talent for landing in a community that is resourceful and shares resources, that appreciates and recognizes abundance in every experience, including those disappointments you've endured, including the opportunity to meditate, to build a spiritual practice that can be shared with others in an everyday way, in a way that allows you to communicate intimately with others in your environment and supports the changes that you're making in your life and the changes that others are making in the world. 2 tens here indicating that you're all about the transition. You're all about a change. You're all about moving, elevating, leveling up your experience into a new realm. The Knight of Pentacles in the 4th house is clarified by the Nymph, or the Page of Pentacles in the 5th house, and the 9 of Cups in the 6th house. So the Page of Pentacles is showing your willingness not only to do things differently, to build your foundation in a sturdier, more solid, long-lasting way, but to create, to build, to find joy in a way that moves on a different set of assumptions, a different lifestyle, a different path forward. And this path forward is really about creating the material comfort, luxury, and security that you desire. That openness to finding a new way to specifically become more abundant, to build wealth, is what is giving you tremendous happiness right now. This is not only the happiness of gaining more abundance, recognizing more abundance in your life, learning new ways to do things, to create things, building your dreams in a more practical, sustainable way, but knowing that you're doing what's best for you. That's where the contentment is coming from, that this abundance is aligning your entire life and the life of your tribe with the ability to feel better, to feel good about things, that growth and success should feel good to you. And choosing that is a part of the transition you're making from arduous to joyful. The King of Swords in the 7th house is clarified by the Warrior of Pentacles, or the Knight of Pentacles, and the 6 of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles is repeated here from the 4th to the 6th house. This is the way that you're building a solid foundation, not only among your resources, but the way that you share resources with others, so that you are enlisting the support of others who share your vision. You're part of a community. You're creating that community of sharing resources, of joy in participation in the abundance of the universe. You're building that in your financial and economic health. You're choosing those values, those alternate values as regards your money. So this ability to be sustainable is also about your building of wealth, of a stable foundation. And you're able to parlay the many changes that are occurring in the world, many ways that you are looking at alternative communities to cement and secure that in a way that is long lasting. There are some beautiful opportunities coming to you through past associations. This can be relationships or opportunities that you've had in the past that are reminding you of your natural talents, your natural ability to be creative and imaginative without an agenda. and that's amplifying these talents, these ways of being, this joy and experience of love in the world that you may have lost, that you may have moved away from. These are coming back to you through your spiritual practice indeed, but also through your desire to learn more, to gain more information, to make connections with a greater diversity of community. The King of Cups in the 10th house is clarified by the 8 of Wands in the 11th house and the Monarch or the Emperor in the 12th house. So things are starting to speed up for you. You are making a lot of connections in the world beyond your familiar world. My sense is that for certainly the Pisceans, I know the world is their family. There are connections with cultures and communities abroad, farther afield, less familiar to many of us. And you are gaining information, gathering connections from that place that are reinforcing your talents, your gifts, the purpose and mission not only of you, but of your talents, of your family, of your intimate and past connections. And this is helping you to clarify what you can control and what you cannot. Your spiritual practice, whatever it is also cementing the sense of what you can control, having control over your behaviors, your actions, your words, and releasing, surrendering the control of what you can't. And this is part of the transition that you're able to make right now, where you're dropping the expectations of others, you're dropping the obligations that don't belong to you, coming from this sense of real ownership of your life, that you control your experience in the world. And this is also a blossoming of your maturity. This is the way others see you, having accumulated experiences that have increased your ability to be compassionate with those that you've had to leave behind, understanding that you all have the same opportunities for growth and happiness, and that there is no need to feel some kind of way about having the necessity to leave others behind. I'm going to pull a crystal oracle and hope that this reading is resonating for you, that you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot, and remind you that I will be creating an extended reading, and I will attach the link below. What I pulled was selenite, and the mantra is clear the clutter. And I know that that can be supportive to many of us. And finally, a soul's journey oracle card, and the key word is pride. I love myself, and I see myself in everyone. Thank you so much, Pisces. I hope to see you on the other side. Until next time, Namaste.